The American Alliance of Motion Pictures and Television Producers finally reached a tentative deal with the Writers Guild of America. We know that they didn't have an agreement back then, and the reason why was the screenwriters were demanding higher pay and residuals. It says that they reached this deal and it has meaningful gains and protections for the writers in every sector of the memberships. It's funny because the AMPTP also said that they did not want the writers to use AI for their writing because it wouldn't be considered literary or source material. Remember when I said this deal with the writers and the actors really isn't going to affect them as much as it is going to affect the smaller people, the people at the very bottom, and also you and I. Many of the writers were asking for basic things like making sure they had enough staffing. They were arguing about things like the writer's room. They wanted to have continuity with writing so that they could, make sure they're writing series that are actually produced in a way where they have a cohesiveness. I mean, these are basic needs in order to do your job. So aside from demanding higher pay for the writers and residuals on their work, these companies are so hella greedy. They've been reluctant to share any information on their viewership while they were laying off hundreds of employees just last year and during the pandemic. That they've not only profited significantly in the past few years to the point where their stocks are up, they're doing great, they're buying $500 million yachts. These people are so greedy that these sort of strikes should have never happened to begin with. It should have been an easy yes to the terms that these people are asking for because they weren't really asking for very much. So I hardly doubt we're going to see anything great out of this. I think they're going to pass the buck on to you, the viewer. And here's why. Just in the last week this came out, Amazon Prime in 2024 is now going to charge you $2.99 monthly to avoid watching those stupid ads. Yes, guys, that's $36 more per year added to your already, in my opinion, absorbent amount to pay for a membership for something like Amazon Prime. When are we going to say enough? These companies are making billions of dollars per year. Their CEOs are taking home profits and paychecks and, bonuses that we can't even fathom. I think it might be time I say no to the monopoly guy and go back to reading books and traveling and using my money to do other fun things. And as for the writers of Hollywood, I hope that you guys start pulling your own money together and doing your own things. And I think actors need to create their own shows and hire these writers and pay them and work together in order to compete with these huge platforms.